Hello, this is Quavi. Oops, sorry. Hi, this is Quavi. You should be able to hear me now. How's it going? And listen, if you're on, can you just let me know that you can hear me? Because I just want to make sure that you can hear me. All right. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. So let me see. I'm just trying to check. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let me make sure. Okay. I think you can. I really hope you can. Let me see. My thing says I'm on. So I think we're good. All right. So I want to kind of share an interesting thing that happened to me a few days ago. And I think it's important because you might be going through the same thing, or maybe something similar has happened to you. And it was just, an awakening for me. And listen, if you're on, can you just let me know? Just make a comment and let me know that you can hear me. I just want to know because I'm like, I can't tell. But before I go any further, my name is Kwabi. I'm a life coach for women 50 and over, and I'm also the creator of Flourish, an online community for women 50 and over, and the creator of Becoming Her, a one-on-one online program. So I'm so excited to talk about this topic. So I've been married for 22 years. Got married in 2000. So it's kind of easy for me to calculate how many years. Like, how some people think, oh, I don't have to calculate because it's 2000. You just add the years. Makes it so much. It makes it so easy. Um, and listen, if you're on, can you share some hearts, a smile, or something? Listen, I love all those. So give them all to me, please. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So I am married to an amazing man. I call him the king. And yay, you can hear me. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate it. Yay. So I am married. I love my husband. He's amazing. And I call him the king. And, we're able to do a lot of things together. Like he'll watch period movies. Like we're right now we're watching Gilded Age and we're really enjoying it. We watched Bridgerton twice together, so we kind of like those kind of movies, and we also love things that he likes that I don't, and things I like I don't. But on this trip, so we're at that stage now where the kids are getting older and we're going back to doing trips by ourselves. We're actually talking about it because we went to Panama, and I have to say, listen, if you have not been to Panama, put it on your list. Panama is amazing, really. The weather is amazing, the people are amazing, the food, oh my word, the food is something else. The food, see, I love good food. See, I just don't want, I'm particular. I like good food. They have good food. And listen, I'm vegetarian. I found great options. So put Panama on your list if you love to travel. So the kids are getting older, so we're going back to doing trips by ourselves, and we're actually just kind of reminiscing about how we used to travel before the kids, and now we're kind of getting to that stage again. Anyway, so we had gone to Panama and we had arranged different things that we wanted to do, and I wanted to go hiking. And my husband's like, I don't really feel like it. And this is supposed to be the highest point in Panama. And I was like, wow, it's going to be so exciting. And, I'm like an outdoorsy person, but it's interesting. I'm an outdoorsy person, but I don't particularly like bugs. But the thrill for me was getting to the top. I was like, oh, that'd be so exciting. And so he said he wasn't going. And I thought to myself, all right. You know what I said? Okay, babe, you don't want to go? I'm going. I'll go by myself. And so I went because I went and found someone that could take me. So I found a guide. I was like, babe, I'm going. He's like, okay. I went. Now, what is interesting is I'm going to be very honest with you. Before, you know what I would do? If he didn't want to go, I wouldn't go. But it doesn't stop there. If he doesn't want to go, so one or two things. If I want to go to do something when we're on vacation and he doesn't want to go, I will either kind of make him come with me, like convince him to come with me, or the other thing I would do is if he decides he doesn't want to come and I don't feel like going through the whole process of guilting him into coming, I would now sulk for the rest of the day. Okay, now I'm a coach now, and I have learned so much about myself. And through coaching, I've realized that I'm just doing myself a disservice by doing that. Seriously, like who is losing out on that? Me. Because first of all, I'm the one being miserable all day. I think I'm making him miserable, but no, no, I'm making myself miserable. So I am missing out on enjoying this amazing place, this place, wherever it is that we're having the vacation. I'm missing out on enjoying myself. And so those minutes or hours I spent sulking, guess what? Never get it back. Never. I could have been having an amazing time, but I spent it sulking because I didn't get my way. So, but now I'm a coach. I have learned so much about myself. And one of the ways I've realized is listen, I am responsible for my own happiness. I'll say that again. I am responsible for my own happiness, which means you are responsible for your own happiness. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I decided to go. I got a guide, and we went. He drove me down to the place, and then when he dropped me off, I told him. I said, "This is really interesting because he spoke Spanish. I don't. My husband is very fluent in Spanish." I thought, "Oh, okay." And so I told him. I said, "I don't speak Spanish." So he had this app. He will speak in Spanish, and the app will interpret it and actually voice it out in English. So interesting. And so that's how we were communicating. I would speak into the app, and the apps would push it out to him in Spanish. And then when he speaks to me in Spanish, it will push it out to me in English. So that's how we communicated. So when we got to the place, I said, "Are you coming with me?" And he said, "Do you want me to?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Okay, I'll do that for you." And so we went. And it's really steep. It's like it's uphill. And so we did it. We were going. And then he started telling me, he was telling me that there are normally animals. And I'm like, whoa, 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 animals? He says, yeah, but he said over time, they've probably moved away. But in the past, there used to be a lot of animals there. And I said, so he told me he had been there when he was 12 years old. The last time he did that hike was when he was 12 years old. And he said, I'm 40 years old now. I'm like, really? So you haven't been here? You haven't done this hike in 28 years and you're doing it now? He said, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And so I told him, well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. And he told me, he's like, goodness, you're so fit. I said, yes, I do exercise. So that does help. He kept going and we were going and, we're talking about, Panama. And he was sharing the history of the place and everything. And then he shared with me that the last time he was here, he had a friend who had actually fallen down and they had to get the ambulance. He was there for like a few hours. They had to get the ambulance to pick him up. And he was holding onto the tree and his leg for a few hours. I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said it was scary, but the boy survived. He said he survived. And he said he's still friends with the guy till today. I was like, really? But he now showed to me that now they have railings. He said back then they would come as kids, there were no railings. So you could easily just drop off. I'm like, oh, I'm glad they have railings now. So anyway, we climbed and we got to the top. Yes, the sense of accomplishment. Oh, and added perks were he took pictures of me. He was like, how many pictures do you want? Okay, stay, he took so many pictures of me. I was like, yes. I had such an amazing time. And just being out in nature, oh my goodness, it just felt like bliss. I love being out there. You hear the birds, and then just the air. Listen, when you're up there, the air is just different. I'm sorry, it's just not polluted. And I was just like, this is just amazing. It looked beautiful. And yes, we got to the top because when you get to the top, you see the Panama flag. I was like so proud of myself. I was like, I did this. I did this. In a strange country. Normally, I would not go on a tour. In fact, to be honest with you, with the kids, we typically stop doing excursions and things. So it was like, trying to coordinate it. We're like, let's just stay in one place. And so being able to actually go out and do an excursion by myself, listen, that was huge. That was huge for me. And I'm sharing this with you because you might want to do a few things. Maybe your spouse doesn't want to do it, or your best friend doesn't want to do, or maybe you have a group of friends that are not interested in doing it. Maybe you have siblings not interested in doing it. I say, listen, go for it. See, they're not responsible to make you happy. If something brings you joy, don't let anything get in the way of doing it. Because you know what's going to end up happening? If they don't want to do it and you decide not to do it because of them, you build resentment starts to build up for them. But they didn't say you couldn't go. You know what I mean? They didn't say that. You can do it. And so I want to encourage you because I can bet that there's probably something you want to do, but because maybe others are not interested in it, you want to do it. But guess what? Your interest isn't their interest. Your interest is yours. It's yours to cultivate. It's yours to do. It's not your, they're not responsible to, help you with your interest and things that bring you joy. No, that is on you. And so I just want to encourage you that if there are some things that bring you joy, listen, I am all about that now. I am doing things that bring me joy. I'm 54 years old. I turned 54 on Monday. Oh, sorry, on Sunday. And I'm not about to let different things prevent me from bringing joy into my life. Because you know what ends up happening? When I do these things that bring me joy, it spills over to all the people around me. Like when I got back that day, you know what happened? Oh my goodness. I was showing my husband the pictures. I was like, look, babe, this is what we did. And we climbed, we climbed. And then I remember the following day we went to a restaurant. And on the way, the guy was like, oh yeah, that's like the the highest point in Panama. And I was like, very proudly, I'm like, I did that. He said, you did? I'm like, yes, I did. That's what the guy driving the car was so impressed. I was like, yeah, I did that. Yes, I did. And so that's something that I will take with me forever. So in my 90s, I can be having my great grandchildren around. I just tell them, listen, this is what I did. I did this, you know? And those are the stories, those are the memories you want to cherish. Those are the, because if I hadn't done it, guess what? I'd be like, oh, I wish I'd done, I wish I'd done, I wish I'm on the path to live a regret proof life, which means that things I want to do, I just do it. I don't want to think twice about it. I just do it. Because what happens when you start to think twice and evaluate and scrutinize and analyze, you won't do it. And so I'm just encouraging you that this is the time, especially if you're over 50. What are you waiting for? Really? Like, you think someone's going to tap you on the shoulder? Okay, let's go do it together. It's not going to happen. Maybe, but highly unlikely. And so, why do you want to prevent yourself from really living a life that you're truly meant to live? Listen, this is part of living and creating your best life. Doing things that bring you joy, regardless of what others think. Listen, this is your time to do it. I always say that your calling is not a conference call, it's for you alone. And let me see if I can even pull up um, some of the images from it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so these are some of the things I did. It was so much fun. See, oh yeah, oh, that's Arturo. That was us. Yeah, that was us hanging out. Oh, we had so much fun. Look at me. You can see pure joy. I was so excited. See Arturo? Ah, and this is me at the top. At the top. Like, yes, I did it. Yes, I did it. Yes, I did it. Ah, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I feel that, sometimes we as women, we try to make sure everyone else is okay and everyone is in agreement with it. We don't do certain things. I just want to let you know that, listen, Quavi is telling you to go for it. That is what I do as a life coach. I help women kind of break through their fears and go ahead and do that thing that lights them up, that brings them joy. Because that's the difference, really. Because in order for you to live a life that is like fearless and really brings you joy, you're going to have to overcome those obstacles. Because if not, you're living in fear. You're kind of living really comfortable. I want you to get out of the comfort zone and go into the adventure zone. That's where it all begins. The adventure zone, oh my goodness. That is when you enjoy life on a different level. Seriously, it is unbelievable. It's just priceless. And the only way you can get there is by taking that extra step. Now, some of you might be like, oh, Quavi, I don't know about this. Listen, I got you. I have you in my hand. I believe in you. And so if it's something that interests you, I encourage you to send me a message. You can either, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, just send me a message. I got you. I really do. This is what I do. I do this all day, every day. And it's so exciting. What ends up happening is these women that I work with, what ends up happening? They don't recognize themselves anymore, which I love because they now are stepping into another version of themselves by doing these different things. And they're like, they don't know. I remember one of the ladies said her husband was like, whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. Just love it. Because They see, because when you start to live a life that is truly who you're meant to be, it's unbelievable. It's like you glow. Like people sometimes ask me, like, what is the secret? Like, how do I have all this energy? I tell them, or why do I look the way I look? I say, it's not about looking, it's about feeling. The feeling, the feeling I have inside spills over. That's what it is. That's why I do what I do. And that's why I am the way I am. It's because of the feeling I have inside. It's unbelievable. I love life. I do. Because I am living life on my own terms. And you know what? I'm not going to let age stop me. Because listen, in my opinion, this is what 54 is all about. It's like doing the things that you want to do. Society wants to say something different, but you know what? I'm not claiming that story. That story is not for me. I am redefining for myself what 54 is like. And sometimes people say, oh, but don't you want to act your age? I'm like, I am acting my age. I'm only this age once, and this is what I know 54 is like for me. And that's what you should do for yourself. Don't let anyone put you in a box. No, we are redefining what over 50 and beyond looks like. And it starts with us. And you know the beautiful thing about this? We are showing the younger generation what to look forward to, where they can be like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to be their age, because we are redefining it. And we are going after our goals and desires and not letting society or what people think stop us from doing that. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for listening, because you could have been doing anything at all with your time, but you spent it with me. So I really, truly appreciate it. All right. Have an amazing evening, afternoon, morning, depending on when you're watching this. And guess what? Share with others. And if you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to me, like, what is happening? Like, seriously, why are you not doing that? All right. So that is my roundabout way telling you that you need to subscribe and share. All right. Take care, everyone.